As former Dean Chen Chong said, Bitcoin is the gun of the digital era. It may also be the gold of the digital era. A wise nation will not let weapons be in others' hands.
Breaking news. The lawmakers of Taiwan are now urging their government to buy Bitcoin, form a strategic reserve, and not get left behind.
I would like to propose a direction worth discussing in policy.
Binance founder CZ predicted this just a few weeks ago.
Now the largest economy in the world is adopting crypto, and they're buying crypto. They're setting up crypto reserves. That means any other country who's not doing that now is going to be at a significant disadvantage when they want to do that later. I think we're going to see a race.
This was also predicted by the Trump administration themselves. Trump's executive director, Bo Hines, explains.
I mean, look, there's a finite number of Bitcoin. We all know that. And I think that there will end up being a race in order to accumulate as much as you can get between other countries as well. I mean, the president likes to say we have a lot of high IQ people in the room. I think we're going to find the best ways to accumulate as much as we can get in those budget neutral, ways that don't cost the taxpayer a dime.
And now with Taiwan, who, although may be small compared to the United States, but very, very significant and surging wealth, tens of trillions of dollars to preserve, I want to share with you this historic clip from the Taiwanese Congress. It's about almost a full 3 minutes, but so vital. Listen to the reasoning. Also stick around for the latest Ethereum news, the latest altcoin news. Watch today's whole video, but let's react to this.
Hello everyone. Recently, with global inflation and geopolitical risks intensifying, Taiwan, as an export-oriented economy, has experienced significant fluctuations in the new Taiwan dollar exchange rate. We currently have a gold reserve of 423 metric tons, and our foreign exchange reserves amount to 577 billion US dollars, including investments in US Treasury bonds. If more intense fluctuations or regional conflicts occur in the future, we may very likely be unable to ensure the security and liquidity of related assets. I would like to propose a direction worth discussing in policy, which is the potential of Bitcoin as a value storage asset and a risk hedge. Bitcoin has been operating for over 15 years. It has a fixed total supply, is decentralized and resistant to censorship. Many countries are focusing on its hedging attributes. At the same time, in intense situations, it may not face the risk of embargo. In March 2025, at the National Bitcoin Reserve Forum, former Premier Chen Chong also said that Bitcoin is not a currency, but it is an asset that can resist inflation. Under the leadership of President Trump, the US government has already included Bitcoin into the National Strategic Reserve through accounting methods. Professor Liu Yiru from National Taiwan University also said that compared to the unlimited quantitative easing policies in Europe and the US, Bitcoin will have more anti-inflation characteristics due to its issuance cap. Research by Fidelity Investments and others also suggests that the volatility of Bitcoin has decreased over time, and its role has gradually stabilized. At the same time, Chairman Huang Zhifang of the Foreign Trade Association also said that the decentralized nature of Bitcoin provides an option to avoid the risk of a single currency system for geopolitically sensitive areas like Taiwan. Just yesterday, the governor of the state of New Hampshire in the United States signed a Bitcoin reserve bill, allowing 5% of the public fund to invest in Bitcoin, marking the first case. 28 states in the United States are discussing relevant multi-reserve bills, among which 18 states, including Arizona, have other advancements. We are not advocating that Bitcoin is the only solution, but suggest that a small proportion of Bitcoin could be included. 以觉得 diversified assets as tools for sovereign asset allocation and risk hedging strengthen the resilience and backup capacity of Taiwan's financial system. In summary, when exchange rate risk and regional uncertainty increase, it is time to introduce new tools to construct a more flexible financial strategy framework. As former Dean Chen Chong said, Bitcoin is the gun of the digital era. It may also be the gold of the digital era, the silver of the digital era, or it could be gunpowder. A wise nation will not let weapons be in others' hands. Let's work together to make our diverse reserves and resilient Taiwan.
Now we understand the real reason Bitcoin is going up. It is literally an international Bitcoin accumulation space race. Donald Trump announcing the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve around here sped things up, but governments accumulating Bitcoin, when they print fiat so easily and devalue, debase their currency, governments accumulating Bitcoin was inevitable, but Donald Trump making it a priority in 2025 just sped the process up so much faster. I will also say, for better or for worse, Donald Trump announcing these major tariffs and sort of reprioritizing the United States as well as global financial trade system, that speeds up the adoption of Bitcoin. More and more countries are saying, best to get just a little piece just in case things go south. Checking in on where we are today, Bitcoin is literally just 4% from hitting new all-time highs. And for perspective, that's why you subscribe to Altcoin Daily, for perspective in the news. Last time Bitcoin broke all-time highs, we exploded from $69,000, which we've been chopping around for quite a while. I will say, we could easily get rejected off of all-time highs, just like let's do this. Just like we got rejected multiple times from 69K before. Dips for assets with product market fit. Dips are meant for accumulating. By the way, great networking opportunity if you want a job in crypto, a job in Bitcoin. The largest crypto conference in the United States is happening in just a few weeks. My brother and I will be there. Use code Altcoin Daily for 10% off your tickets. Link down below. Looking at Ethereum, Bitcoin dominance has lost a peg or two in the last few weeks. Altcoins have started outperforming Bitcoin, at least in the small short term. And it is 100% a fact based on the on-chain data. This is data from Crypto Quant, very notable, very well respected analysis firm, On-Chain Analysis. Whales are buying Ethereum like never before. That's a fact. We see they were nibbling at it when Ethereum crashed from about 4K to whatever this is, 3K, but they really bought the dip when Bitcoin crashed under 2K. This is a signal that Ethereum's story is not over. And what do we know about Ethereum? We know eventually, over time, when Ethereum starts to do well, the Ethereum ecosystem, quality L2s, layer 2s on Ethereum, outperform. Just like if Ethereum does bad, the L2s underperform. If Ethereum does well, L2s do better, the quality ones. Metis, another leg up soon. Ethereum is showing strength, which means Metis will definitely rally, according to this analyst. I think a correction to $19, followed by the next leg up towards $28 to $30 is highly likely. Metis is not just an ETH2, but it's a modular multi-chain infrastructure plus AI specialized chain leader. Of course, whether you're longing or shorting or accumulating, all these coins available on exchange partner Bitunix. Also, the newest coins always available on Bitunix, link down below. But I will say this about Ethereum and Ethereum's L2 ecosystem, because a strong narrative has been Ethereum is underperforming because the L2s are sucking up all the value accrual. But when you think about it, subways don't compete with cars on the street in major cities. They both make the city more valuable. Both support greater economic activity. Similarly, scaling both L1 and L2s on Ethereum allows for increased economic activity using ETH. Checking back in on the Ethereum L2 ecosystem, we know Base, we know Arbitrum, we know OP, Optimism are three of the biggest L2s in the game, but let's not forget, Unichain right up there, that's Uniswap's, the most popular dApp on Ethereum, a couple months ago formed their own L2, and they're the fourth biggest. Here's Uniswap and Unichain's founder explaining.
In my mind, there's two approaches to scaling. There's going vertical, there's going horizontal. They both have validity, but ultimately you need horizontal scaling to reach like true mass scale. So that will require many chains running in parallel, and we need to figure out how to make that user experience completely seamless. The internet runs at massive scale. It doesn't do it by running everything on one massive server. It does it by running many, many servers that can just seamlessly connect to each other. And we have to do that for blockchains. And so we have to figure out how to make different blockchains feel like one experience. And so with Unichain, a lot of our focus is on what we call interop, which is how to make multiple blockchains feel like one.
This is an ongoing story. Click subscribe for a daily update keeping you informed. And like always, see you tomorrow.